All right, family. All right, and all riggedy right. Welcome back and welcome into the podcast. This is a TikTok live episode. Let me just mute the sound here on the phone so we're not disturbed. Today's gonna be a rough one because your boy just finished watching X-Men season 2. I believe it is episode 4 here. And also this is why I titled this thing here Mutants and Depreciate Wrestling. We don't, family, I think at this point, right, this is going to be as a fan today of some things, right? You can put the title Geek Nerd. Again, I like playing with blurred or bleak, right? That's for black nerds and geeks out there, because again, life can get a little funky when you're a black geek. Okay, that thing it can get a little bleak. Unfortunately, we live in a society, family. We talked about the word image. I want to bring that back up here to our remembrance. Again, in older episodes here, we're like 200 plus in. But image, okay, the definition of the word image, so that people don't forget: a representation of the external form. This is from Oxford's Dictionary. This is a simple, family, a lot of things of life. And I understand that there's a thought process out here before we get into the open and then get into the topic today. And welcome those who welcome in. We're probably not going to do requests and all that kind of thing. So I just to put that out there, not to be disrespectful, but there's some things that I have to get off my mind here and off, on my heart, onto the pen that is the listening tool here, right? Through the microphone, we're going to say what we got to say, and then we're going to go on about our day. Again, a lot of these things that we're going to talk about today are already decided, family. It's already part of the game, whether we play it or not and receive said reward or consequence for it. That's our business. Okay. A representation of the external form. Again, this is the image's definition of a person or a thing in art. Again, a representation of the external form. So that's of a thing, right? That of a person or thing that you see in art. The general impression that a person, organization, or product presents to the public. Family, we say unequivocally, massa has an image of people that has been put out there through lies, tricks, and deceit that has been said by some people in different beliefs that are our brothers and sisters. We say brothers and sisters here on this podcast because as humans, whether we choose to or not, just like in natural families, we either are, we are brothers and sisters, cousins and aunts and uncles. Just saying what it is. I understand people do not want to look at again, because an image has been put in the mind, you have no connection, but we are connected to each other. Welcome in us a different view, family, who believe in, who love after, who defend, who hunger and thirst, search and seek to find that which is a different view. Family, welcome in. Again, mutants and wrestling depreciate, or depreciation. I didn't have enough letters to put depreciation there. Okay. This is a spoiler-filled version for X-Men season 2, episode 4. So if you down with it and you ain't seen it yet, please wait until after you've seen it, and we'll repost this. The places you can find the podcast, right? A Different View podcast. You can find it on TikTok, of course, TikTok here, KJ's Clock. Sometimes I repost them and I'll do lives here. The main base is Spotify. That's the main base. Shout out to Spotify family one time. Pandora and Apple are the other two. The name of the podcast is A Different View. The artist name, just like here on TikTok, is KJ. You can also find the podcast on YouTube. The channel is at the @ symbol, right? A Different View 80. And again, A Different View is there. All those podcasts are there for those who want to listen. The episode here and we're going to start there, then we're going to end with wrestling because I got issues with WWE. It's going to take a minute to talk about. The X-Men one will take a little bit less. Just going back over season 1, man, that thing is powerful, and it continues in season 2. Right, we've already done an episode on it that is also on Spotify. Right, Nathan has found his power. That part has been established. Again, we have to help the youth find their power. We can kind of keep dancing around it and playing games like that ain't a thing. But elders, if we won't keep shucking and jiving, just to take an old phrase with it, we're going to have to help the youth find their power. Family, I connect the two. We just don't play in a space where it's a cute song and dance and it's a nice movie to watch and all that kind of stuff. Okay. These things really have relevance in life today. When Stan Lee made the X-Men comic, no doubt, when you're talking back in the 60s and 70s, that man was undercover. Okay. You can say whatever we want about YT people, that man was undercover, and he put a very, very serious topic online. What happens with the folks that are considered mutant family? What happens with them? Right? Do we hunt them down? Or do we live together? That's a real thing. We live together on this planet. But when you're in master system, they're going to use what they call integration to hurt the people they don't want. That you don't have to believe it for it to be the truth, family. We say that a lot on this podcast. You do not have to believe a thing for it to be the truth. You don't have to believe you won't get high cholesterol eating nothing but fried chicken. Just keep doing it and find out. Right? Magneto, right, is now gone as far as in this show. That sounded more like a cheer than a boo, right? Let's try this one. Boo! Again, when you're talking about Professor X and Magneto, Stan Lee unequivocally is on the books. You can search it. It's drawing comparisons between Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as Professor X and our dear brother Malcolm X as Magneto. Just saying what it is. Okay, now, in a sacrificial form, right? But Magneto yet is still gone. And, as comic book fans, right, as MCU fans, we give our condolences. Okay. Trying to stop apocalypse, trying to stop that which is family. And if I could take a break here again to put into context what is when you try to stop what is, when you think what don't happen is going to be, is still going to be. Okay. Our dear brother Nolan Wells down in Mississippi. We send our condolences to you, brother, that you rest in peace. Okay. Family, we're going to say a thing that may have an issue here on TikTok, and that's all right. When it comes to dealing with people, again, we're talking about integration. Right? This whole kind of concept. Family, when you have people who don't want you, they don't want you on the books, okay? Or they want you in a regulated state. This is not victim-splaining. We're telling you what it is. And unfortunately, for some odd reason, we think it ain't what it ain't. Again, this ties into mutant life in this comic book, okay? You better be careful who you're around. We have said a long time ago, for those who are listening to this right now that don't know, again, we have put this on the books, family. We don't have no problem with no person or people group on this planet. But where wrong is wrong. Again, this even goes to the Semite world, where folks get up in arms with our Jewish brothers and sisters. When you look at the Bible, for whatever the deconstruction thing and who's going to discredit what, again, we're talking about mutant stuff right now. So don't think your boy has gone a little off the deep end. Talking about a script. Scripture, the base of the word is script. So it's already there. Those people, those words were written for those people who were going wrong back then. Why wouldn't it happen now? We're just asking questions. And it's unfortunate that people do not put the two and two together. That does not mean everybody is evil. Again, clearly in the script, it tells you that there are those who walk the broad and those who walk the narrow road. You can see it in people's actions. You can hear it out the words through what they're thinking in their mind. Right? There's a concept that's out there that is all is the mind and the universe is mental. Now, we give credit to the spirit world here on this podcast, to the spiritual on this podcast. There are multiple people groups who have an historical base with the spiritual. That could be your Wiccan brothers and sisters, your African brothers and sisters, Asian brothers and sisters all over the planet. Matter of fact, most beliefs all over the planet have some form of afterlife. So we don't discredit certain things here on this podcast. However, many things we're putting off on the spirit realm, we are doing to ourselves, family. Folks just don't want you here. They don't want you balling like they do. So they can have the nice house, you can't. They've created an environment that keep you that way. That's exactly what this mutant thing is about. The whole first season of X-Men 97 was Friends Against Humanity that just got a problem, family. Don't you know, folks, today they just got a problem. They're explaining it a certain way. So this is why we say stop talking with massa. What you talking to them for? They don't believe nothing you saying. They don't give a damn what you saying. This is the part where we have to pay attention. We have to love each other. We have to band together for us. That's not violence against nobody else. That's protection for the group that's been chosen to be kept down. And in this show, Magneto makes amends, I should say, for his wrongdoing. If you love your brothers and sisters out here, like it's said, right? And I got 5 black friends and all this stuff we hear. Then it's same way goes around for our black brothers and sisters. If you ain't got no hate in your heart, then we're not going around up in stores just giving folk attitude for the hell of it, right? We're not giving them no attitude just for the hell of it, right? Now keep this in balance as we're saying this. Nobody is saying you don't defend yourself. We ain't taking no disrespect. Yeah, a rule of humanity in general is that you don't take no disrespect. And surely without question for those kept on the bottom, we don't take no disrespect, right? That's a thing. That can be agreed upon on most circles unless people playing a game. And the mental game would be for you to lose. So again, we understand that part of it. However, when it comes to this brother Nolan Wells, when it comes to the interaction that happened with Carmelo Anthony, we have to start using more discretion as people. As black folks, we have to, family, stop doing this secluded thing with these folks, 2, 3, 4 folks around. Family, that's not gonna look. We're talking historical on the books when you have these secluded little things. Okay? You just better be careful who's around you. This also goes for inside black families or in any people groups family. You got these uncles and stuff, they're okay abusing young children and stuff. Come on now. We ain't saying nothing that's no, I could go deeper. But you better watch out after your babies. Like we started off at the show, this is part of empowering the youth. Right? They don't need to grow up with another scar in their psyche that they got to get over that came from an elder supposed to be watching over them. Again, Magneto made amends for his crimes. I don't know if they'll bring him back. It would be nice if they did. We'll see. But saving that town there that Sabanor is from, that was big. Okay, because he could have let Apocalypse just burn. It's cool how this show brings back the Eternals because everybody got a problem with the Eternals. Let's give a shout out to the Eternals one time. You know, just because the MCU and Disney and everybody had a problem with putting a very heavy comic book related story to the big screen properly does not mean that the Eternals don't have serious credibility inside Marvel lore, because they do, right? So we see Isan, right? We see the 6 stars with the eyes, the whole 9, and how he grants, you know, Apocalypse's power. Again, the power itself's not the issue. It's the person's. See, family, for some odd reason, we do this God tripping. Everything is the God or the devil and demons and angels, and instead we do not blame the people. It's the person that wants to pick up the weapon of defense and unalive someone. That ain't no, yeah, it is a thought in the mind, but the problem is that person. And that's the deeper thought we don't want to go to, because when you go there, there's more responsibility and accountability on each one of us that we have to deal with. I take myself in account when we talk about health, and we talk about health a lot on this podcast, right? Whether it be men's health and what you got to use as you get older, right? Brothers, you know, don't you get mad at your sisters for doing pelvic floor exercises thinking that's just some feminine thing. That's something you need to do also. That's something we need to do also. Okay. See, but the trap of mass are talking about imagery is to put the image in your also. Okay. See, but the trap of mass are talking about imagery is to put the image in your. We share similarities as male and female. If we gonna keep playing in this space, there is certain harm that mass is a thing, men doing a thing, and then we do things together. That's it. That's it. You've already heard Tiffany Haddish make jokes on genitalia between men and women, right? If y'all don't, you can look up her talking about the female genitalia and the comparisons with the male one. Okay, again, without being with being TikTok friendly right now. Let it alone. We are who we are. That's it. See, sometimes, right, acceptance is the problem. And again, the man to divide the home. When we say the man, we talking as our black brothers and sisters used to speak in the 60s and 70s. We do that a lot on this podcast because that's what it is. It ain't went nowhere. It just got updated. This is the 2026 version of speaking this way. Okay. While we're here talking about mutants here, just to put a little nightcap on the World Cup. Again, the U.S. really don't do this for real. We're not dissing where we are. It don't make it unpatriotic because I say it this way. Again, patriot just means what you hold dear to whatever landmass you're on. And when we talk about the landmass of the native as compared to the one of the United States, that's 2 totally different landmasses. So they're going to use 2 totally different words when they say patriot. So we like to lean on the definition that is the one before they came here in the 1600s. And of course, also before the 1400s. When it comes to what they call soccer here, aka football across the world, the US don't do this. And it's fine. Just don't make it more than what it is. And they got bounced by Belgium. That's just what it is. Okay. That's what it is. Shout out to our Egyptian brothers and sisters. He put up a hell of a match. We understand there's that foul there that was called a foul, maybe not a foul, who's stepping on whose foot. Again, it was disallowed when they went back to the replay. You can see it's a tussle for the ball. Whether or not, I understand our football enthusiasts are going to get at your boy, that's fine. Again, it's a tussle for the ball. It was not a malicious foul, so they could have let play go, and they didn't. We could easily get into it's just because it's Argentina and they're going to keep on balling, right? We could do that, but I'll leave it alone. More specifically, the reason I brought up the World Cup is because of again, shout out Paraguay one time. They did their thing, and because of people in government who are fool-headed, and I'm gonna say it boldly, when we say fool-headed, we're not dissing intelligence. Not like sis had to diss Mbappe's intelligence, but that's normally what happens, is that the black man and woman's intelligence keeps getting dissed by those who are blinded in their mind. That's just not the case. The black man and woman is some of the smartest folks on the planet without question. Inventions built to help massa, not even us. We ain't got no money balling from it because they take it. Or we stay too close to them and they take it. We don't support each other to be lawyers, to be accountants, to be financiers. We compete with each other for that's not going to work. And while the numbers are rising now, which we give credit to, we're saying we have to come closer as people because the wolf is at the door. Again, your boy ain't gone too far off with we X-Men and wrestling depreciation. We get it. Okay. When you're talking about the mutants and these types of things that I'm speaking on in life, this clearly shows in not the MCU. This clearly shows in the X-Men comic. Yeah, folks they don't want the mutant nowhere. You don't want the mutant nowhere. Go help them go do something with your powers, but you ain't gonna be doing nothing for yourself because we don't even want you around here. Mutie, you freak. You know, this is how they come on now. We don't know how that sounds in real life. And again, we don't support for folks who are gonna get in their feelings about me talking about Carmelo Anthony. We're not supporting unaliving. We're not supporting violence on either side of this. But we are saying you need to be careful of the situation you're in. Same thing with them making fun of you and calling you out on your name and using racial slurs and whatnot. Listen. The idea is to get you to go there so that you can hurt you. Again, Malcolm X said it best. You get one of us to hurt one of us so they can sit back and say it was one of us that did it to us. So when do we catch on to the play? So again, I'm gonna put this bow tie on this and then we're gonna go on to wrestling because again, your boy got something to say on wrestling, especially WWE. We could also put this on with AEW as well. So we'll see if TikTok with this AI summary here switches that over here in a second. When it comes to Rogue's thing here, right? Loving people, love the one you with. I think that's a song, right? Old school song from back in the day. Don't allow looking off in the roses. This is just your brother talking to y'all. I ain't perfect. I ain't thinking I'm perfect. I'm never talking down to people. But again, there's need to be more of us talking to. We don't care about no AI over here. I don't care nothing about masses tricks. We are talking about things that lead us to life and godliness, family. The man been using technology to screw humanity, not help it. Yeah, there's some byproducts that help, that folks like to play in the space on. We already know the play. They came to these lands with all this technology. Guess who it was for? It was for them, not the native. Shout out the Lumbee tribe one time. I've been seeing some stuff in some news articles just came up on my feed about it, so I figured I'd talk about it. You know, again, when it comes to these recognized and unrecognized tribes, just know divide and conquer is the name of the game, family. For those in different tribes who have a problem with them being recognized, listen, the name of the game is divide and conquer. So keep us fighting. No matter how small a tribe or how big, there are books on the tape, which we've gone over on the podcast. You can go back to those episodes where we talk about the dark Californian tribes, the dark-skinned Californian tribes in California, right? These people are dark-skinned. They name them with the same features of black folks you see today. Big nose, big lips, the big forehead. Come on, family, right? So again, let's go find them tribes. We ain't trying to take nobody else's place. We just gonna give recognition to those tribes that are here. They've been here way before some European came here. Okay. Rogue being sorrowful over Gambit's unaliving. in season 1 of this show. Love the people you know before they're gone, y'all. We all make mistakes. We all got our eyes on some other things that we shouldn't. We get it. Love the people that are in our lives before it's too late, y'all. It don't matter whether it's the elder. This is why KRS-One said such an powerful thing. You hear it redone over in Mandalorian and Grogu. Even though folks got a problem with that movie, including your boy, at the end of the day, this idea of the old learning from the young and it helping them, and the young learning from the old and it helping them. Again, the way it's said in Mandalorian and Grogu is that the old protect the young, and again, as the older get older, excuse me, that I'm putting all this in. All they said was that the old protect the young. This is what the Mandalorian said. The old protect the young protect the old. Again, the reason you get the back end is because as people get older, young people come to their defense. This is how a village raises things. When you talk dark brown, tan skin tone life, this is how we do, family. This is in our bloodline. This is who we are. Now, since I said bloodline, let's spin over into WWE and then we're gonna go on. What the hell is wrong with WWE? I'm not even putting it on this TKO thing. And unfortunately, Vince McMahon sowed seeds of this mess all the way back then. What the hell is wrong with WWE? You telling me Sami Zayn can't have that for a minute? 9 days? 9 days. That man been working on the. Let me tell you something. This is going out to WWE. Y'all can put it on their page, whatever. Let me tell you something. For every wrestler, and Sheamus showed it, Mick Foley showed it. Listen, family, when we tell you Massa do foolish stuff, they do foolish stuff, and it's time to stop rewarding them. Go on, go on. Right? You get mad at your football team. They playing silly, and you know that front office ain't doing nothing. The baseball team. It don't matter who it is. This include over football. Now, we're not talking American football. We're talking world football. Listen, if the front office, if the manager, if the coaches, if the owners is being silly, goodbye. Again, for the I had said this with Paraguay, and I didn't complete the whole thought. For the Paraguayan senator, sis, if you got a problem with Negroes, we see you now, right? And that's trash what you talking. Mbappe is an intelligent brother, like many intelligent brothers out here. We don't have no more time. You talking Paraguay. Do you understand how Massa, see, when we say Massa, we talking the at least four different nations. There are others, but just the primary four that have dealt with colonization over here in the Americas. That is these four: England, Spain, Portugal, and France in the story. Those four. Again, we could put the Dutch in there. We get it, especially in the Congo. Shout out to Congo for their exploits. Same thing with Cape Verde in this year's World Cup. Brothers and sisters, we got to stop playing in the space. We got to stop playing in the space that is causing division. And when it come over into wrestling, you telling me you can't have Sami Zayn with that title. You brought back CM Punk. I understand what he had to say about El Presidente and that UFC 250, America 250, Masters 250. Again, I love these lands. I do not love the occupation that took over these lands and took away opportunities from dark, brown, and tan skin tone people and only gave them to the pale ones. I have a problem with that. That's okay. See, again, it's supposed to be a nation of freedom, just like all over the world. So it's wrong if you go over in Africa and you speak out against that government and they unalive you for it, right? It's wrong. Just like it would be here, just like it would be in Asia, anywhere, because it's a human right to speak. We ain't using the Bible. We ain't using the Quran. We ain't using the teachings of Buddha, Confucius, or anyone else to take away what is a natural right, that is life coming from the mouth, to help set people free, to change hearts and minds, that they do actions that set folks free. Proper health care for folks is to set them free. Food, since the Christian church since Christians got a problem that you got to be part of a church in order to give SNAP benefits, or give food, not SNAP benefits. They give food to folks. So you got a problem when somebody prank call you, and we want to get off into that space. No, give food to folks. I was hungry. Did you give me food? You don't see Christ saying nothing. No. Shout out to Pastor Lauren Livingston one time. Man, brother, I don't. Again, we in the WWE space, but all these things interconnect, family, because again, the man is okay playing in a space where you are the joke, and it's wrong. And for those who see it, it's time to say it's wrong. That's all. We ain't trying to be nothing other than setting captive free. And again, when you getting that good surgery, you don't nothing feel good about that after effect, but you healed after it, ain't you? Yeah, well, KJ, some people don't. This is not laughing at nobody's intelligence, family. Sometimes we just don't want the antidote. We just want to stay sick. A lot of people, mentally, physically, emotionally, you just want to stay in that spot. We understand it. It's just, hey, I'm not over here. So this man, I don't know about any Christians out here who talking this, but whatever it is, let's see if we can pull this up here real quick, y'all. Again, before we understand deconstruction and there's certain things to speak on, we get it. Okay. But not all of it, right? Not all of it. So let's see if your brother can pull this up. Hang on a second. Yeah, I think this might be it. This is 7 minutes, man. Let's have fun with it for a second.
A Christian nation.
Let's go back.
There has never been a Christian nation. You don't live in one now. We had godly people get on boats and come over here so they could worship. Godly people. We've had the greatest Bible preachers in the 15, 16, 1700s. Godly people. Some of the people that constructed this country, godly people. But it has never been a Christian nation and never will be. Listen, there never will be a Christian nation because after all this is over, there will be a kingdom. The kingdom of our Lord Jesus Christ. And in that kingdom, the church will rule and reign with Christ, not only as his body, but as his bride. For a nation to be Christian, it would have to honor and serve, and glorify and obey everything that the Bible teaches.
We're going to try to go a little further here because, again, preachers get into a space. We don't disagree with anything he's saying, but again, sometimes you got to put in some of this extra here to get to the point. Family, and even sometimes I am, many of my friends' family that listen to the podcast, right? Even, just the average fan that listens to it, so sometimes it take a minute for your boy to get to the point. Maybe even kind of like now, right? Again, never have a problem laughing at yourself, brothers and sisters. We take each other a little too seriously. So he's got a lot of this other stuff that he's talking about. But again, this is not, listen, America, which is that's not a word that natives use. That was a word that Europeans used. They put on these lands here that the natives were already living in. Okay. Christian nation, when you say that, we're talking, again, this is why we talked earlier about the word patriot just for a little bit. I have a whole episode on that, so I'm not going again, we're not going to belabor the topic. Again, We just spoke on it with the whole thing with feeding folks last year, right? Even though folks want to get up in arms with the person who did the prank call, and listen, call them out on it. If you problem with the prank thing, hey, come on down, sis. This is the name of the church. Blase, blase, blase. We got a packet of food here for you. Not moldy, not no moldy ass bread. We talking fresh food that we got from, like, you know, some retail stores, supermarket somewhere. It's that simple. There's more than enough money in the Catholic Church. Come on now. There's more than enough money up in the Assemblies of God Church. We're going to name the denominations. I'm done, right? If we're going to say a thing, then it's time to stand on it. This is the same thing we're tying this in with WWE. Because again, it's wrong to keep using these wrestlers to get you money. And then what you're okay doing is kicking them in the nuts on the back end. The Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, right? PAW group. That we had this whole thing with Marvin Sapp we was talking about last year, was closing the doors and hit me up with the 40,000, right? That everybody got a problem with Drewski making fun of. Listen, if you are doing the wrong, if the shoe fit, wear it. And clearly, people want to wear Christian Dior's, right? The Christian Louboutins on, because you saved and you washed. You know, your feet is covered in the blood of Jesus. That's hey. We are the ones making the joke of ourselves, not anybody else. So, you know, he goes on, man. Again, without going into it, there's clips of it where he puts it all together. Again, a Christian nation is not, it's not taken from the natives that are already here. It's not doing unrecognized and recognized tribes. You recognize them all. That be in the Caribbean as well, because that's part of the Americas, right? That would be for your South American brothers and sisters. Again, the senator from Paraguay, sis, we don't know what you're talking about with Mbappe. You're showing what a group of y'all, we don't put it on all of them, but there is a high group of y'all that got a problem with Negroes. And we see it. So yeah. With that, let's finish off Night of Champions, because I didn't, you know, we're old, we get it. It was the 27th. This is the 9th, right, or the 8th, excuse me, right? So we're a few weeks behind, but we'll go with it. We're going to play some clips with Oba and Jay. I'm not going to. Okay, we already get it by now with Oba. If you've been paying attention to Oba Femi, this is for the King of the Ring final here, right? Mr. I love Elon, right? You're like, Elon, I am the ruler, and I love Elon Musk. Yeah. We understand. He's one of these people. Again, you didn't say Frederick Douglass. You didn't say Carter Godwin Woodson. You didn't say Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Come on now, brother. It's the same thing we have for Frank Sanu. You don't sit here and say the black folks don't have culture. Yeah, we got a culture. We got a culture, belief system, the whole nine. Multiple belief systems. Matter of fact, you don't even deal with the hoodoo, right? Not voodoo. I understand our Haitian brothers and sisters get vilified. Again, family, if you disagree with a thing, that's fine. You don't have to sit there and make fun of them, though. That's what they believe in. And again, they get discredited for what they believe in. The Christian, for some odd reason, believes it's okay to unalive your brother and sister after you come from a church that there's a certain word on the books, right? Starts with an L, ends with a G. That's because we're on TikTok. Where at the end of the day, you okay, right? Your Bible tells you cursed is everyone that hangs from a tree. So I guess that's what the Christian thinks of the dark brown and tan skin tone people. Again, coming back to this issue with Nolan, coming back to this issue with Carmelo Anthony, brothers and the sisters, right? Because these topics go all the way around, man, because we all can get it, right? That's what they say. That's what we say, eh? So we got problems out there. Yeah, you can get it. Yeah, This is why we need to be less unaliving each other in the hoods with the weapon of defense. And it's time for us to start. I didn't say go after nobody. It said it's time for us to start being more wise with these things and being protective. As scripture tells you, I'm not twisting scriptures right now. It tells you to be wise as a serpent. That serpent is ready ain't hurt nobody, but it's out there slithering out wherever you are, right? Someone's like to go hiking and camping and all. Come on now. When you see that snake, you ain't rolling up on it. Why? Never mind. And harmless as doves. This is where we're at now, y'all. This is where it's always been, matter of fact. In history, this is where it's always been. Because you got people who don't give a damn. They don't care about you. Don't care about me. And they're okay showing it. So we get it with Oba. You knew when Jay Uso was wrestling Oba, this thing was going to be an L for Jay. It was the thing with Jay. We're not putting it on, like he's with Jada Parker now. We're not putting it on the divorce with his wife. None of that. This is where it's at now. Right? They're done with Jay. It's done with the yeeting. We ain't going to have everybody, Spanish foes, white teeth foes, black foes. Everybody ain't going to be, yeet in. We don't, again. They literally taking the storyline for real, right? Remember when they was doing it 2 years ago, I think, with the yeet, no yeet thing? Yeah. WWE, TKO, whoever, they said no yeet, right? And they burying this brother. This is what you're watching right now. Now, I know we still see him and it's, well, maybe he's going to win. Yeah. No. Maybe he'll get some low belt. You know what I mean? Maybe get the U.S. title, something weird like that. He ain't. Maybe. Okay. So this is Oba, and Oba got a ceiling too. Listen, family. I'm sorry. I understand we's a want representation in master system. You're not brothers and sisters. You're not gonna get it. It's gonna look kind of like it. This is the image that they want to put there. You're better off getting your own league and doing it that way. Support your own. This is why we say we need more promotions out here. Okay. So Oba wins. Again, it was obvious. Go on to the next one, KJ. You got it. Liv and Io. Now, again, we're a balanced group over here when we speak. Liv Morgan is not being used right now by the company. You don't put her in a gimmicky storyline with Danhausen? Huh? You are cursed. No, we're not, bro. This is the women's WWE champion, bro. What are you doing? Or world heavyweight champion, whichever one they want to split between Raw and SmackDown. What, right? The women's champion. What are you doing, bro? This is the best you could come up with? Well, why don't you be a story writer, KJ? Don't you notice they ain't trying to really pull up anybody in there? We about to see Unreal Season 3 come out, and it's going to be more of the same. They burying shit, right? And so let's do this real quick. Shout out Chelsea Green. Because they clearly let the cat out the bag last year that they just want to put her on there to put up Tiffany Stratton. Shocker, she's teamed with Tiffany Stratton right now. Never mind. At the end of some of these things are this is why we're saying, if y'all really love wrestling, it's time to go. It's time to figure out something else. I get it, right? Because we love entertainment. The way I like to say it on the podcast, and this go for me like anybody else, we some hoes for entertainment. I get it. But at the end of the day, when wrong is wrong, family, this is just time to screw this. So again, Liv Morgan with that whole curse. I'm like, bro, come on, man. And then it cheapens the whole match because you already know Io Sky is winning. Why are we making it predictable? If it's already scripted, why make it more predictable? That's silly. My apologies for any youth that may be listening to this. So I don't want to burst the bubble. But come on, man. These wrestlers are putting their bodies on the line. Well, it's fake, KJ. Look. You live. Every time people say that, I just like to always. It's just the mental part that we skip over. We live in the same simulation, family. It's rigged. You gonna go to work. You gonna work hard, and they only gonna pay you so much. But you working hard though. Yeah, because it's already set up that way. And we fight back against that in the mind so much, man, because to make it easy to make it easier for how badly we getting screwed by the man, family. That's what it is. That's what it is. This is why I say we need to support each other. You're seeing these TikTok creators online. You're seeing folks do their thing. This is the time. Share their stuff. Do the thing, because the man ain't. It's not happening. We say he a lot with the man because this thing is his. Listen, brothers, we're not doing justice. We are not doing justice to the game if we do not start having accountability. We're doing harm to the game, and specifically, this is for the YT man. Okay, they're the ones in the script. This is it. Okay, William Shakespeare told us that this world's a stage. We might as well start believing it at this point. This is the group picked. Like, we're the best. I miss talking about wrestling, right? Santana and Ortiz, man. It's unfortunate to see that tag group go sideways and everything. But, when Ortiz was like, we're the best. The best. The best. Yeah, that's that's what the man sound like all the time. We're the best nation in the world. No, not when you're looking at the rankings. The actual rankings say we're not. But we can keep doing that. We're good at spending a lot of the hard-earned taxpayers' dollars money in defense for Massa. Yeah, we're good at that. Like on crab legs and furniture for somebody's stuff. And again, family, this is all stuff you find on the books. Anyway, back to wrestling. Io Sky, right? We don't bury all that in the word politics either, again, because the phrase to politic means to talk about city states. So we don't vilify that. We don't, if we can't talk about certain things, family, we're screwed. Anyway, so you knew Io was going to win. It's just a shame that they put Liv Morgan in a gimmicky storyline. That don't make no sense. Next is Braun and Seth Rollins. It's getting a little stale. We understand the company is still trying to push Seth, Seth fashionable. Instead of freaking, it should be Seth fashionable Rollins. He's doing a little bit less with the fashion now. He looks more like Neo from The Matrix, but everything is some poofy shoulders and big ass glasses, so futuristic Rollins. You look like Rufus from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. If y'all know what that is, old school movie, you can look up images. Man, shout out George Carlin, man. This man George Carlin, y'all need to listen to his skits, man. But anyway, so again, we get it as a steel cage match. We much prefer the steel cage match that was done at Forbidden Door. That was nice. We understand it was in a circle, so maybe people won't say it's a cage. Maybe they'll say it's like a steel cylinder, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, if you're talking about innovation, I could dig that than just another boring steel cage match. Okay. Oh, but he was bleeding. Like, man, y'all need to see some of that stuff on AEW, man. It's not just bleeding, right? When they had way back in the beginning, when they had Nick Gage, right? Shout out New Jersey Wrestling. And I understand people have a problem with this, but again, when you get into an altercation out in the street, that thing don't look cute. But there's kids watching. Again, when kids get into a fight, that thing don't look cute. So why do you want it different anyway? At the end of the day, Nick Gage versus Chris Jericho, as far as a hardcore match is concerned, yeah, that thing was yikes, right? So there's that one. Jade versus Tiff. All right, Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. So like at the end of the day, again, I've been on record about Jade Cargill. We are not dissing the sister, but we want look, Jada Parker's still down there. They done buried her. We gonna keep saying it, right? So everybody who's still on the Lash Legend and Jade Cargill thing. Speaking of, they're more dark skinned, so we gonna keep it there, right? Or considered black. This is where people go with this, so we'll stay there, right? Again, when we're talking about that, it's Bianca Belair. Okay, we understand. Sis is pregnant. Shout out to you. May you have a blessed, awesome pregnancy, sis. And please consider coming back. You listen, WWE, they may not say it, they need you, sis, right? And again, don't you think that I'm getting down on Jade and stuff like that as incomplete wrestlers and, trying to just portray on certain things. This is no knock on Trick Williams' marriage with Lash Legend. Okay. We full-heartedly support and would come out with a patch if they could, or a shirt or whatever they got. We support black love over here, family. And we support it in all its forms, which is also interracial black love over here. at the end of the day, family, the incomplete wrestling product is still the incomplete wrestling product, and it's tough to watch. Now, we will say this about this match with Jade and Tiffany, for some odd reason, after her run, maybe some fans will say it was like that before that, but after her run at WrestleMania and the whole nine, it's looked very choppy since. I don't know what it is. Tiffany, sis, this ain't no diss on you. We just saying it looks a little botched. It's looking a little weird. Okay. It's almost like there's a little bit of not caring, and we're just going off of the name that you helped build through the good wrestling, right? But at the end of the day, you know, U.S. champion, she still won. We know that even with the incomplete product that Jade Cargill is as a wrestler, she is still a black woman. And guess what happens? You're at the bottom. So she's not winning. Okay. We get it. People gonna clap back because, hey, she just finished winning the title, KJ, and blah, 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 blah. Listen, that's like a short stay at a really nice hotel. You really don't kind of have money to be at. It ain't it. All right. Now, speaking of Trick Williams, right, aka WWE's resident pimp. Okay. We get into Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints, or for us AEW fans, Ricky Starks, right? And again, we get it. The company wasn't using Ricky. We get it. Okay. So he left. There's more money there. All you got to do is flash the paper. We understand. Okay. At the end of the day, he's there. You still kind of all right, bro. You still not because you can't. They ain't gonna push you. They ain't pushing you. They ain't really put. I mean, yeah, you being featured in matches, but it's not for real. For real. They got you at the mid card. He's good enough to be higher than that. I don't have no problem saying that about Ricky Saints. But he's facing Trick Williams. This thing with Lil Yachty, like, bro, you're a multi-platinum rap. We've already talked about this. You know, this man is, I don't know whether it's platinum or diamond. So my apologies for those who are paying attention to that. But you was a major rapper, bro. Why are you playing the Prince Nana to Trick Williams? What is that? Like, come on. Trick Williams got enough aura. He can come out there by himself. He can do this work, do this dirty by himself. He pimp handing, smacking folk all over the place anyway, you know, with these lemon pepper steppers. So you don't, come on, bro. What are you doing? Right? You had Godfather come out with a cane. At the very least, you could have him come out with like this, you know, it's supposed to be a diamond crusted kendo stick. Won't you just go all the way with it and come out with a cane, bro? But anyway, we knew how that was going to go down. It's the same thing. Trick Williams is going to keep the belt. There's no major change. The one that was the major change that made Night of Champions over in Riyadh, where WWE technically don't have nothing to do, but now they do because money's on the line, right? Or maybe you want to say because of the owners or whatever. Now, all of a sudden, we're in Riyadh all the time, right? We mess with the quote unquote, what they used to say, sand. Never mind. We'll leave it alone. Because that's how they think. That's still how they think. But not everybody, but a bunch of folks. Just a bunch of monkeys. Again, you're not. That's how they look at you, though. Sammy versus Cody versus Gunther. All right. Again, we really think that the company, I understand things break apart. That Imperium thing really works for Gunther. They're just saying what it is. You want this hate, this level hate. He's retiring everybody and all that, man. Put that thing through the hilt. You know what I mean? Like kind of like Roddy Piper heat from back in the day. And nobody's saying we want this man hurt. We're just okay, or like his life in danger. We're not talking about none of that. Okay, but get that good level heat. I guess in today's culture, he's got it. I guess, right? Not like MJF though. But anyway, for the Universal title, and again, they did the good swerve. They saved the pay-per-view, in my opinion, PLE Premium Live Event, whatever that means. We're not trying to legitimize the definitions that these people come out with. Sami Zayn, right, as your WWE champion again, only for 9 days later. After all that struggle, you give it back to CM Punk, who was the guy who was pushed down by John Cena back in the day. So what was even all the 2010s even for? Again, family, we need more promotions. You know, that was Night of Champions, right? We're gonna save Forbidden Door for next time. We may get into Supergirl a little bit. Again, that movie was not a bomb like everybody is saying it is. It was not a bomb like everybody's saying it is. Again, like normally what happens with DC stuff, they're just not going to put it all the way. They're going to put it kind of halfway. Which is the same thing they did with Mandalorian and Grogu. It's like they kind of put it halfway, right? Again, let me know what y'all think in the comments. You know, we're going to repost this, so the comments don't stop. We've already seen a lot of push on TikTok with the one that we left there about the government and other ones, right? And again, it's what it is, okay? You know, that's why I haven't even commented on the comments. This is get the people talking. We don't do no talking. Like, it's like we're just going about our lives and whatever, family. Again, you know, and then like somebody will come up and they done gone and made their transition, and you're like, oh wait, this person was, man, listen, we have to be more involved, right? We can choose not to be, but it's become a point now where it's a have to be, right? So that's what we got for you today, family. And I'm just doing this little puzzle thing here because I've been right about an hour talking. Kind of easy for your boy to do that one. Thank you very much for walking this road today with your brother. I love y'all. God bless y'all, right? We mean no harm over here, but we just say it as it is. We will talk to you again soon. And as always, and until next time, look to find the beauty